Hi folks, I'm Jason and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy.
Evening folks, it's Tuesday evening, it's 8:15. I'm still not feeling brilliant, to be perfectly honest with you. I've had another sleep this afternoon. I think I've got problems with my thyroid. I think I'm very tired, I don't want to eat, feel queasy. A couple of good things today though. I had a phone survey off a company to do with dogs and pets basically, and it got me thinking as to he was asking me questions like, what kind of companionship do I get from my dog? Is she any comfort to me with me being disabled? And I thought to myself, yeah, she is actually, because I don't know how she knows, but if I'm having a really bad day, like yesterday, I was having a really bad day, and normally she's quite jumpy and boisterous and all over me like a bad rash. And yesterday, all she did, excuse me, all she did was came up to me and literally put her head on my lap and just kept trying to lift my hand up slightly to let me know she was there. I just thought to myself, dogs, the love that they give so unconditional, it's beyond explanation really. And all these questions came at me like, why did I pick that particular dog, etc., etc. And the truth is, I didn't pick any particular dog. When we went to the dog rescue place, we didn't have any particular dog in mind. We didn't think, oh, we want a dog this size, this breed, this old, nothing. What it was we went in and we were told that, the pound thing where they all were, all the different cages, it was going to be loud. So we went in and we walked down one side and walked back up. And these dogs are going literally nuts, barking their heads off and going schizo and everything. Except Jess. Jess was just like sitting there and going, woof, 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 as if it was expected of her. She wasn't going mad, she wasn't jumping about and going ballistic. And I knelt down by the cage. I just looked at it, looked her straight in the eyes, and I just went, that one, this is the one I want to go for. This is the dog I want. Now at that point we didn't even know whether there had been anybody else interested in her. We didn't know if she'd gone, because she could have gone by then, I didn't know. And we said, look, this is the one we're interested in. And they said, right. We said, okay, come down a couple of times and see how you get on with it, So we went down a couple of times with our friend from next door, my mate Tony. He took us down there, and we basically took her for a walk and saw how she was with us, and she was fantastic. She was really good. She was a bit shy, don't get me wrong. She was a bit withdrawn, because when we had her, there was hardly anything of her. She was so thin, it was ridiculous. She was supposed to have been about, I think she was 3 or 4, but she was like a little pup. She was so thin and fragile. Anyway, when we decided we wanted her, we filled in all the paperwork and everything, and they came and had a look at the place to make sure it was suitable. Now the one thing that wasn't suitable was at the back. We've got a balcony. Now the balcony rail wasn't very high. It wasn't very high at all. It was only about 2 foot, 3 foot max, and she could have easily jumped over it. So they said, look, if you can get that sorted, that rail, so it's higher, because there's a big drop the other side of about 20 foot, then you can have the dog sort of thing. The dog's okay for your property. So we went out and we bought all this fencing, all these panels and everything, and we spent ages screwing it all together and setting it up and nailing it up and everything, and in the end it looked like a fortress. It did. The fence ended up about 6 foot high, 6 and a bit foot high, and it was fantastic. It really was good. So when we got the dog, she settled in, and we thought, right, we'll give it a week. And if she settles in, great. If she doesn't, we're not going to keep her here, when she doesn't want to be here. And the very first night, I remember it clear as a bell, she was whining and whining and whining all night, right? We couldn't get her to shut up barking and whining and all sorts. And we thought, right, this could be a problem. This could be a problem. And what Deb did the second night, all she did was she took a jumper off and she left the jumper down with the dog. And we didn't hear a peep out the dog all night. Not one whimper, not one howl, nothing. Because she could smell this jumper and she could smell Deb on the jumper, Deb's scent and everything, she was absolutely fine. And she'd been fine ever since. And he asked me, if we'd had any incidents and stuff. And we've only had about 2 incidents, really, in the best part of 7 years. The first one was one she got told off for because she managed to get into our bedroom when we weren't here and claw her way through a memory foam mattress, which we were not amused with. Trust me, we were not amused with that. We bought this memory foam mattress and it was on the bed, and she managed to climb on top of it, and using her claws she managed to claw through it, so that there was a big hole in this memory foam mattress, which didn't go down well. Trust me, it did not go down well at all. But other than that, there was one particular incident just after we'd had it. It was really, really strange. She was quite a quiet dog. The only thing she used to go for was cats. She used to hate cats with a vengeance. If you said the word cats, she would go schizo. But one time we were just going for a walk here, and she was on the lead, as she always was, and we were walking her down the side street on the way to the cemetery where we walked the dog. And this man come around the corner in a paddy, in one of them like lumberjack coats, big thick lumberjack coats, and all of a sudden she launched at him and literally got him by the arm. She got her teeth on his arm through the coat light. Now, luckily, well, there was two things weird about it. One, we said to him, look, mate, we're really, really sorry. If you want to take it any further, you're quite entitled to, because, we can't do nothing about that. And he just looked really sheepish and said, no, it's okay, and went. Now, the dog has not done that since. Now, either she sensed something about that man that we didn't, she knew something about him that we didn't, that wasn't very nice, or she just had a one-off. And we can never figure it out to this day, because she's not done it since. She's not launched at anybody's arms and sunk teeth in and nothing like that. So it was just this one guy. It was very strange. But they say that dogs, they're a bit more astute than us. They can pick things up that we can't. And he got talking to me about what I think makes the dog happy and healthy. And I said, well, to be honest with you, I think it's a bit like a human being. And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, if you're a human being and you've got food in your belly, you've got food, a supply of food, you've got water, you've got shelter, a home above your head, and you've got love, then you can get through anything. And he said, I never thought that. I said, yeah, I said that's how I see it. I said, they're just like us. The only thing is, when we've got something wrong with us, we can go see the doctor. When they've got something wrong with them, they rely on us to take them to the vets. So, it's a bit trickier there. And he said to me, he said, well, is there anything you've learned while you've had dogs? Well, I've had dogs for quite a few years now. And one of the things what we always used to get told when we were kids, and it's a complete wives' tale, it really is, was you can tell if a dog's healthy by the feel of the nose. If the nose is warm, they're not healthy. They're feeling ill. If the nose is cold, they're healthy and sprightly. Well, I've learned what a load of garbage that is. Because some days I'll go to have a dog and the nose will be warm and she'll be bouncing around like Zebedee and trying to play and everything. And I'm thinking, man, God, you're not supposed to be well. What's going on here? And the next day, her nose could be freezing cold and she's all sulky and moody and, looks down and low. And it's like, well, hang on, that's in reverse. So I think a lot of that's wives' tales and, a bit of stuff like that. And he asked me about, has she got any particular things about her? And I said, well, yeah. I said, she's got a skin allergy. One of the things we knew when we took her on was she had a skin allergy and she's on medication for life. She basically has to have a tablet every day for the rest of her life. Otherwise, her skin starts falling out, really, all underneath her belly. When it happened really bad, she was practically bald underneath. She had no fur whatsoever. It all dropped out of her because of this skin allergy thing she had. I can't think what it's called, actually. There's a name for it. Anyway, but she takes these Apoquel tablets, have to feed her one every day. And he said, right, has she got any particular things that she does on a regular basis? I said, yeah. I said, about 3:45 every day, she will hear me get up and walk to the fridge. And as soon as I walk to that fridge, she comes in. She comes in the kitchen because she knows that as soon as I open that fridge door at that time of day, it is time to get her chicken out and her tablets out. Her chicken out, ready to give her a tablet, because I have to roll it up in chicken, a thin slice of chicken, to give it to her. And she knows that, and they say that dogs have got no sense of time. Well, I think that's a load of rubbish as well. Because first thing in the morning when Deb comes downstairs, the minute Jess hears Deb at the top of the stairs, she's straight in the living room and she grabs hold of a toy and she squeaks it and squeaks it and squeaks it till Deb comes down and plays with her. Every single day without fail. And you think to yourself, well, hang on a minute, if they've got no sense of time, how do they know this is going on? If what we do in the morning I have to have me Actimel for me gastroesophageal thing, and I also have to have a Nature Valley bar for me health benefits as well, so that I've got breakfast while I have my tablets. Now, the first cup of tea we have is usually about 9 o'clock. Second cup of tea is usually about 10:30. Now, in the second cup of tea, Deb usually has a couple of biscuits, because obviously I have mine earlier on, and maybe I'll have one, depends how I feel. And as soon as she gets that second cup of tea, the dog knows that she's going to get a rich tea biscuit, because there's nothing wrong with giving a dog a rich tea biscuit. And she is that clever, the dog is, that if you try to give her the rich tea biscuit, she won't take it. You have to dip it in your tea first. She's not stupid. She will not take that biscuit unless it's been dipped in tea. So that was the first positive thing that happened today, this phone call. That obviously makes you realise how lucky you are to have a dog that's like that. And the second thing that happened was, I remember a few months ago, I told you Dad managed to get off Lakeland a slow cooker, and we'd not christened it. Anyway, she decided to christen it yesterday, and she made some butternut soup. Well, squash soup. And it's supposed to have had pine nuts and chives and stuff, but what she did butternut with garlic, onion, cumin, let me get this right, garlic, onion, cumin, pearl barley, and lentils. Anyway, she did it yesterday, and we were supposed to have had it last night, but I was not brilliant last night. I wasn't in the mood to eat anything. All I had all day was a bowl of porridge yesterday. So anyway, we had it today, and I tell you something, it's absolutely gorgeous. First time ever in making homemade soup, and it's come out fantastic. It really has. Because what it is, we've got this little book of slow cooker recipes. It's about so big, and it's got loads and loads of recipes in, about 50 in. And Deb just said to me, if you want, pick a soup out of there, or pick something out of there. So I just went straight on, got this soup. I thought, go on, I'll have a bash of that. And Deb said, do you want any meat pudding in it? Because obviously I'm a meat eater, Deb's vegetarian. And I said, no, how it is, how is, that'll do, see how it comes out. Anyway, we had it today with a couple of Paul Hollywood crusty rolls, the seeded ones. I don't know if you've seen them. And we had a couple of them with this soup. And I tell you something, it was absolutely beautiful. And with it being quite cold this evening, it was, the kind of thing that you would love on a winter day, because it really did warm me up. It hasn't made me feel any better than I did, but it hasn't made me feel any worse, so that's a good thing. Like I said, I've got the strangest feeling my thyroid's playing me up really bad, because I've not been sleeping in the afternoon for ages, and then all of a sudden I've done 2 days in a row. My body feels really drained of energy. I can't motivate myself to do anything. I don't feel like eating. I don't feel like going anywhere. And this is about as social as I've got in the last couple of days, just talking. So, yeah, hopefully tomorrow I might feel a bit better. I'm glad you like the poem, Steve. I thought you might do, the liquid lunch. And thank you, Tara, for your comments. And, yeah, I'm hoping to feel better soon. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a verse of a poem on. But I'm going to just give you 3 lines. And I want to see you can come up with the best 4th line. To see if I can get a bit of creativity going in you, and it'll also give me a little bit of something to make me ponder. So it'll be 3 lines of a poem, and then I just want to see who can do the best 4th line and see how you go. Enjoy yourselves, knock yourselves out, because I know there's a lot of poets out there. I know there's a lot of people who write poetry. I mean, like I say, I've been writing it for properly since I was 17, so 29 years, coming up to 30 years, which is a long time to write poetry. And I'm going through my poems yesterday online. Anyway, I've got 350, maybe 400 now, something like that. So yeah, that's me done for today. That's my video. You all take care, and I'll do another video tomorrow, and hopefully there'll be some more interesting stuff. Oh, a quick aside. I have my Geek box every month, and I noticed the other day last payment came out in January, and I'd had January's box. But no payments had come out in February, and it usually comes out by about the 5th. So I got in touch with him yesterday and said, where's this Geek box? I haven't had my Geek box, no money's come out, and there's no dispatch thing. And he said, oh, we'll look into it for you and we'll let you know. What happens today from the bank? The money came out the bank. So it looks like getting in touch with them has helped. We'll let you know, and of course once I get the box, don't worry Steve, I'll open it online, don't worry. Because he likes me opening the Geek boxes. He loves all that geek stuff, same as me. You all take care, and I'll do another video tomorrow.
Thank you for watching my daily vlog. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And if you want to see exactly what I was talking about yesterday, you can look up there. Bye for now.